All right, so it's Sunday here. Just waiting a bit for people to come in. Here's the vibe right now. Peaceful enough. But let's go to the home studio. Old wooden dummy. It's just a den with studio equipment in it. All right. Old PA. Drum set. I gotta take that out because nobody's playing it right now. Here's the guitar that I'm gonna demo in a few minutes. Okay. Running through a Katana amp. Don't mind the clutter. It's actually much cleaner right now than an hour ago. I had to clean that up. This is my current rig. Personal rig rundown. Wah pedal. Volume pedal. It's on 10. I don't know if you can see it. Too bright. Future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. Okay, pedal train loaded with 3 overdrive pedals. The trusty tube screener 808. TS 808. Love pedaled overdrive, inspired by the great Eric Johnson. That's for my lead tones, but that's not what you already know how that sounds if you're regular on this channel or on this account. JVM Marshall Overdrive. That's the mother that we're showing off today. And I brought out the TC Electronics Stereo Chorus Gold Edition. I know it doesn't look gold, but trust me, the font is gold. You know, a modernized version of the old classic Stereo Chorus by TC Electronics, used by famed guitar players like Joe Bonamassa and Eric Johnson, and they just modernized this version. Sounds just as good as the old vintage one. And the old usual fare there. Eventide H9. We're not using that today. It's just there, so that you can see how it breeds in the wild. Line 6 delay. DL4. So this is me. Okay. We're running it through my Katana amp. You get to see this thing in action. Okay, we're not running it loud today. Just enough so that you can hear it in its moderate volume. So the clean sound with the neck pickup. Just a touch of reverb. Let's bring it up for the camera. camera. I don't know if I have good audio on this. Let's talk about this Washburn for a minute. I've heard about this guitar on one of the Masters of Shred YouTube videos. Masters of Shred with Nuno Betancourt as the, he was being interviewed. And you should check out that channel, of course. But it's made in Indonesia. It's called the N24. Not here to promote Washburn products, but this just caught my eye. Why? Because it seems like a very more than decent import. As you know, the N4 and the 4N are, really expensive US versions of the same guitar that Nuno Betancourt used. This is around $1,000. I got it for, with shipping, $800. Okay, brand new. The features: it's got the Buzz Phaeton tuning system, very wide fingerboard. I believe it might be rosewood or ebony. Not interested in the exact specs of the wood and all that. You can look it up. Again, it's the N24. Standard fare. Floyd Rose special for the bridge. And that I think might be made somewhere else instead of the usual original Floyd Rose. Not certain. Bill Lawrence pickup in the bridge, just like the original. And it's got the Stephen cutaway. Okay, you can see right there. Stephen cutaway. And those are just words. But this is the Stephen cutaway. Gives you more access to the higher frets like that, if you play that high. Very wide, again, very wide fingerboard for, for your two-handed tapping escapades. Alright, this is a guitar that if it existed, okay, this is the cheaper version. If it existed, like maybe 15 years ago, I would have wanted to get it. But the import versions of this guitar do not have the Stephen cutaway. It just has a regular 4-bolt heel. And I gotta admit, it's a cool thing to have. Plus, it looks solid to me. Lord knows that if I drop this, it might break or it might not break, but we don't drop guitars, we play them. That's the function. Shred neck, because it's really thin. Speed neck is what we called it back in the day. 22 frets, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22. Okay? If you're my friend, you would know that I like running 10s to 46 gauge on my, just as personal preference. But when you get old, you tend to like to make things a little easier. But for the longest time, for maybe 25 years, I've run 10s all my lives. Everybody who tries to play my guitar, they get hurt because they're all used to the light gauge. But I say I got a little more mellow in my old age. I still run the 10s on the rest of my guitars, which are right there. Okay, some are Strats, some are, hollow bodies. But this is the star of the show right now. Okay, so it's tuned to standard right now. overhead pickup. One volume knob to rule them all. I would have loved using a tone knob with this because it would make it a little bit more flexible. I'd say even running through 10s to 42s, it's got a full sound to it. And you can tell that it's a full sound because we're running it clean. It sounds beautiful to me. It's unusual to hear lines like that, a mellow runs on a guitar like this, because it screams hard rock to me. Alright? But we're also here to demonstrate this pedal. The Marshall. Now if you know your Marshall amps, the JVM series of amps, especially the 410s, they're mighty big half stacks and they sound really good. As you can see, I got volume set in mid, tone set at around between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, noise gate at 0 for now, and then the gain at 12 noon. Okay, this is what we came for. Alright, so if you know me, I don't run distortion on my amp so much. I always run an overdrive, but this is not a mere overdrive. I'll run it even lower because I think it's being in front of the amp like this, it's really loud. So. Let's do the pedal right now. Okay, run it on a bridge pickup. So, sounds pretty mean. Just run the tone a little higher. Okay, a little lesson when you're running this type of distortion. I'm not really running through full gain yet, but the words are great, Eddie Van Halen. Gain or overdrive on your amp or pedals can really get out of hand if you don't know how to control it. Imagine this, it's like the water pressure on your fire hose, like the type that firemen use. You know, sometimes you need 2 to 3 men to handle that. Okay, with this, you know, once I open the floodgates, you know, alright? Especially being in front of the amp like this, it's gonna keep on sustaining. The volume actually, it comes back to the pickup, making the strings vibrate, and it's a cycle. That's why they call it a feedback. And then so I'm not even running on 10 right now. It's a great.
I'm not sure how to help you with that.
Oh yeah, sure. So if you notice my settings on my pedal, it's not even on high gain. Let's see what happens if I go even higher on that. Now you hear the hiss, because we're really taking it to the limit there. And that's where the noise gate comes in. You bring it up till that hiss disappears. Okay? Now, it's only a tone knob. So it's not real, it's a good simulation of the amp where it's named from, the JVM Marshall amp series. What I can say is that, even with just the tone knob, it's pretty flexible. Okay. That's my OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans account. Alright, so let's see what this sucker can do, okay? So, it's too much gain for this guitar. Even with the noise gate, I suppose I can always raise that noise gate much higher. it's mighty loud and mighty heavy. Let's go back to mid-noon scoop right there. I prefer this. I'm a wuss, so. Just enough, and then if I want to bring it up a bit, I kick in a turbo overdrive. A tube screamer. All right, so what's good about this guitar? It has all the bells and whistles of the US version. Let me show you. Sa clean pa lang, alright? For the clean tone, that's the neck pickup by itself. And it's got a 3-position pickup switch. That's the middle, where it combines both of them at the same time. Alright? You can do Strat type of tones. Alright? And this is where it shines for me. You go back to the neck pickup. It's got a coil tap. Right? You just pull on the volume knob like that. Now the coil tap switch doesn't sound, it's a good approximation of what a single coil pickup on a Strat would sound like. One of the coils is dead now. Again, I wish that it had a tone knob with it so that you can mellow out the tone a little bit more, but it is what it is. Now, the neck and the middle position, it combines both the neck and the bridge. Alright, so it's got that. So the benefit of a guitar like this, it's built for rock and roll, obviously, but you can use it in any kind of situation, top 40 situation at least. I know that Nuno was known, while his band was on hiatus, that he became the touring guitar player for Rihanna. And that's, that would have been a nice show to watch. So if you're a seasoned guitar player, you would appreciate what this guitar can do. And it's only 800 bucks. You can find those good deals online, guys. Very playable. But what I noticed too is that sometimes you gotta knock, the pickup selector switch is not very, heavy duty. So it's got that sound. Let's bring it back to bridge pickup, neck pickup. You can obviously get jazzier tones on this if you lower the treble treble knob on your amp, but do I have to go on, do I have to go back to my amp just so I can get it more mellow? Now if you have a tone knob right there, you could roll the tone off. Yep, and I'm only using one pedal with an assist from the reverb on my guitar amp. Just by itself, you can make a lot of music. It's all about making music, folks. It's not about the Guitar Olympics, although having a little bit of technique can help. All right, I'm obviously not, when you don't know the song very well, you're gonna make mistakes, and that's okay. We're doing it live right now. Go even louder. Also turn on delay pedal. Lots of fun. And we have the TS-808 boosting, the gain pedal. Let's reverb off. And I have to admit, it's a pain in the ass to have to go all the way down to the Katana amp to turn the reverb off. Let's turn up the gain just a little bit more. 1 o'clock. Different camera angle naman. Okay, so ito. Magawawa tayo para mas malapit lang. Make America great again. We need guitar solos. Come on.